President Trump just ended ABC's network for bringing Jimmy Kimmel's back. Jimmy Kimmel returns to his show with a Tylenol joke. Don't take Tylenol. He fakes cries and pretends to get choked up, saying it was never his intention. As a grieving widow forgives the man who shot her husband, Vice President J.D. Vance wished Jimmy Kimmel would apologize. Jimmy Kimmel's monologue last night has become his most watched monologue ever on YouTube. In under 24 hours, it's over 20 million views. Let's have the clip.
I don't think what I have to say is going to make much of a difference. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind. But I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. I don't think there's anything funny about it. I posted a message on Instagram on the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it, and I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. That was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make, but I understand that to some that felt either ill-timed or unclear, or maybe both. And for those who think I did point a finger, I get why you're upset. If the situation was reversed, there's a good chance I'd have felt the same way. I have many friends and family members on the other side who I love and remain close to, even though we don't agree on politics at all. I don't think the murderer who shot Charlie Kirk represents anyone. This was a sick person who believed violence was a solution, and it isn't. Ever. And also, selfishly, I am a person who gets a lot of threats. I get many ugly and scary threats against my life, my wife, my kids, my coworkers because of what I choose to say. And I know those threats don't come from the kind of people on the right who I know and love. So that's what I wanted to say on that subject. But I don't want to make this about me because, and I know this is what people say when they make things about them, but I really don't. This show is not important. What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this.
Fine, it wasn't intentional. And the murderer was just a sick guy who thought violence was a solution. And you danced on one's grave. Okay, why now? Why you never saw it the other day? And it never bothered you the other day when everybody was really touched, was grieving, really asking a lot of questions. Why would someone kill somebody because of their opinions, because of what they believe in? And for you, you jumped up and you just mimicked it. You just made it entertaining. You made a joke out of it. Now you are saying, pretending to be crying, pretending to be choked up. Oh, it wasn't intentional to make light of Charlie Kirk's murder? Okay, let's take it the way you were saying. Now in this one, I want to give you what really Jimmy Kimmel did that day that resulted into him being fired from ABC, all right? He said that day, Jimmy Kimmel on air telling his ABC audience that Charlie Kirk's assassin was a mega conservative, effectively blaming Charlie Kirk for his own assassination. Let's first have this clip right here.
We had some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. Okay. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish. Okay.
Okay, it wasn't intentional. And you are trying to ask why Donald J. Trump is not grieving the murder of his best friend. And what you are blaming Trump to do exactly is what you are doing. Then where's the difference between you and Donald? If you are accusing Donald of not grieving his best friend, he's murdered. But again, you are making a joke out of someone's death. Where's the difference there? There's no difference. Now, in this one, Jimmy Kimmel calls out Trump's actions against journalists and news outlet during his first show back. Let's have this clip right here.
He's gunning for our journalists too. He's suing them. He's bullying them. Over the weekend, his foxy friend Pete Hegseth announced a new policy that requires journalists with Pentagon press credentials to sign a pledge promising not to report information that hasn't been explicitly authorized for release. That includes unclassified information. They want to pick and choose what the news is. I know that's not as interesting as muzzling a comedian, but it's so important to have a free press, and it is nuts that we aren't paying more attention to it. Walter Cronkite must be spinning in his grave right now. He's dead, right? Yeah. Look, I never imagined.
Now, I'm just confused. What the hell Jimmy Kimmel is talking about? Free press? Now you are complaining, you are fighting for free press without free speech? Ooh! Charles Koch was just shut down, assassinated, just for speaking out his mind. And you made a joke out of his assassination. Was that not part of the free press you're talking of? And Charles Koch was really fighting for free speech, for free press, for free opinion. Everyone to be free to say whatever he want to say according to the First Amendment. That's what he was proclaiming. That's what he was teaching. That's what he was fighting for. And you, instead of grieving his assassination, you just made a joke out of his assassination. And today, you are just attacking Donald J. Trump for trying to restrict media houses, for trying to restrict news outlets. Now that pains you. Now you are facing the consequences. You feel it's bad to restrict media news, to restrict news outlets. Okay? But it's good to assassinate someone for free speech, for his opinion. Now, what do we do? What's really going on here? Some people see things in their right. Okay? When it comes to the other side, they don't see it. They don't want to experience it. They don't want to talk about it. They just want to make it fun of it. That's what you did. Instead of standing together and we fight for free speech, we fight for free press, we fight for anyone to give their opinion openly without any interferences, you just jumped up, put on your suit, and went on Charlie Koch's grave, started dancing, enjoying, without any decency in you, man. Now you are here crying, crocodile tears that Donald J. Trump is now trying to control news outlets. Yet, you joked about someone's death who was fighting for free speech. Jimmy Kimmel, please, visit your mind, visit your upstairs, visit your heart, and ask a question to yourself. Am I really fighting for free press? Or I'm just making my point? But was this even a joke? It wasn't even a joke. Then in this one, Jimmy Kimmel says, Erica Koch forgives the man who shot her husband. That is an example we should follow. If you believe in the teachings of Jesus as I do, there it was a selfless act of grace, forgiveness from a grieving widow. It touched me deeply. But are you sure it touched you deeply, Jimmy? Okay, let's have this clip right here.
A moment over the weekend, a very beautiful moment. I don't know if you saw this. On Sunday, Erica Kirk forgave the man who shot her husband. She forgave him. That is an example we should follow. Yeah. If you believe in the teachings of Jesus as I do, there it was. That's it. A selfless act of grace, forgiveness from a grieving widow. It touched me deeply, and I hope it touches many. And if there's anything we should take from this tragedy to carry forward, I hope it can be that.
Yeah, it touched everybody. And this is what we call it. Charlie Kirk's assassination really is a revival. Whoever killed him, thinking was going to silence everybody, was going to mute everyone, was going to stand on free speech, was going to stand on free press, was going to stop people to give their own opinions. Bro, he just died in his own movie. This is really a revival. Everything just turned around. People now are believers. People now are believing because Charlie Kirk did his work perfectly. And now in this one, we have Vice President J.D. Vance just went after Jimmy Kimmel hard, telling him, accusing him. Jimmy Kimmel accused Charlie Kirk's mother of being MAGA. It wasn't a joke. It was straight up disinformation. Yeah, it was a disinformation, a misinformation. It's right. And I really wish Jimmy Kimmel would apologize for it.
He didn't actually say sorry to Charlie Kirk or his family. And the reason that so many people, including me, were so upset with what Jimmy Kimmel said is that he accused Charlie Kirk's murderer of being a MAGA or a right-wing American. It wasn't a joke. It was straight up disinformation. And I really wish Jimmy Kimmel would apologize for it.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke. It was a disinformation. Just speaking things with no clue. That's what he did. Yeah. Now, after all that, Jimmy Kimmel has returns to his show with a joke. Tylenol joke. That's the joke that's going around the world. Everybody's joking about don't take Tylenol. In this one, President Donald J. Trump did it during his press conference in the White House when he announced that don't take Tylenol, all right? And Jimmy Kimmel came up with that joke.
His press conference yesterday was an all-timer. Trump, Bobby Brainworm, and Dr. Roz strongly recommend that pregnant women stop taking Tylenol immediately, and the president was very persuasive making his case. This is Tylenol we're talking about. The thing that you take when they won't let you take anything that works. It's never, they gave me Tylenol. It's always, only gave me Tylenol. But make no mistake, this was an historic announcement. This was a major breakthrough in the field of medicine. And just in case it isn't clear, if someone comes up and offers you a Tylenol, you should not take it.
Don't take Tylenol. Don't take it. With Tylenol, don't take it.
Yes, the president said it. Don't take Tylenol. Don't take it. Don't take Tylenol. Okay, in this one, Jimmy Kimmel just asks, I don't know who had the 48 strangest hours, me or the CEO of Tylenol. Let's have the clip.
I'm not sure who had a weirder 48 hours, me or the CEO of Tylenol. It's been overwhelming.
Okay, You think who had the weirdest always? Jimmy or the CEO of Thailand? I don't know. Yeah, I can't tell who had it, but you can really guess who had that, okay? Now, in this one, President Donald J. Trump is just not happy, is unhappy, is pissed off, okay? President Trump just ended ABC's network for bringing back Jimmy Kimmel. Trump is now excited to sue them again. Yes, he just posted this on his True Social. Let's go in and look at it, what the president really posted. He says, I can't believe ABC fake news gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back. The White House was told by ABC that his show was cancelled. Something happened between then and now because his audience is gone and his talent was never there. Why would they want someone back who does so poorly, who is not funny, and who puts the network in jeopardy by playing 99% positive Democrat garbage? He is yet another arm of the DNC, and to the best of my knowledge, that would be a major illegal campaign contribution. I think we are going to test ABC out on this. Let's see how we do. Last time I went after them, they gave me $16 million. This one sounds even more lucrative. A true bunch of losers. Let Jimmy Kimmel lot in his bad ratings. That's the president himself trying to inform the world that now is going to take ABC in court again. Okay, Trump just sent a valid threat to ABC after they lied to him about Jimmy Kimmel being cancelled. But he is not cancelled. The guy is back. He is yet another arm of NDC. And to the best of my knowledge, that's what the president said, best of my knowledge, that would be a major illegal campaign contribution from the president himself. That's what he says. And there is this one I want to give you, the next clip. Caroline Levitt says, with all due respect, you remember when President Barack Obama came up and was giving his opinion about Jimmy Kimmel and ABC, and he was trying to accuse this situation to the White House, to the president. Now, Caroline Levitt comes up and he says, with all due respect to former President Obama, he has no idea what he is talking about. The decision to fire Jimmy Kimmel and to cancel his show came from executive at ABC, not from the White House. All right? Let's have this clip right now. Here.
With all due respect to former President Obama, he has no idea what he's talking about. The decision to fire Jimmy Kimmel and to cancel his show came from executives at ABC. That has now been reported, and I can assure you it did not come from the White House, and there was no pressure given from the President of the United States. And how do I know that, Kaylee? Because I was with the President of the United States when this news broke in the United Kingdom. We were enjoying the beautiful and spectacular state visit that was put forth by the royal family and the Prime Minister of the UK, Keir Starmer. And I actually brought this news to President Trump's attention. He had no idea this was happening. It was a decision that was made by ABC because Jimmy Kimmel chose to knowingly lie to his audience on his program about the death of a highly respected man when our country is in a state of mourning.
All right, now this supports President Trump's message that ABC just lied him. They're liars. Can we take that? Now, as we speak this right now, Jimmy Kimmel's monologue last night has become his most watched monologue ever on YouTube in under 24 hours. And as we speak now, it's over 20 million views. Ooh, that's really big for him. It's nice for him. He's just making money out of it. Can we say that? That he's now just making money out of it? Because even Jimmy Kimmel is out there trying to boast around, saying Donald J. Trump tried his best to cancel me. Instead, he forced millions of people to watch the show. That backfired bigly. He might have to release the Epstein files to distract us from this now. This is fun. Okay, let's have this clip right here, all right?
Ratings.
Well, I do tonight.
Jimmy Kimmel's opening monologue from his Tuesday return to late night has set a new record. The episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live featured a nearly 30-minute show opening that included the host's emotional monologue where he thanked those who supported him during his suspension, attempted to clarify his controversial comments about Charlie Kirk, and most of all, passionately defended free speech.
This show is not important. What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this.
So far, the show's official YouTube account has clocked the video at over 14 million views in 16 hours. While many interviews and sketches from Kimmel's show have racked up tens of millions of clicks over the years, his Tuesday night monologue has set a new YouTube record as his most watched opening monologue ever. On ABC, Kimmel typically draws about 1.6 million viewers, but according to the New York Times, the network is expecting to generate far more than that in the official ratings, even with the Nexstar and Sinclair boycotts, which account for roughly 20% of stations. Kimmel's monologue is largely being hailed as meeting the moment. While he stopped just short of apologizing for his comments about Kirk, something many on the right were demanding, he attempted to reach out to his detractors by thanking the many conservatives who criticized the Trump administration's efforts to push him off the air, as well as gave very sincere-sounding praise to Kirk's widow, Erica Kirk.
On Sunday, Erica Kirk forgave the man who shot her husband. She forgave him. That is an example we should follow.
Okay, you are back. The president says he's going in court to take ABC because they lied to him. And for you are saying, widows' forgiveness of the man who shot his husband, Charlie Kirk, is an example that we should all follow. Fine. But why are you following it late? Why you never started it the right way the day Charlie Kirk was assassinated? You just praised it, disinformed the public, the world, that the killer was a murderer, and you danced on his grave, bro. That was insane, inhuman. You lost decency. But let's hope, because you pretended to be crying, to be choked up, I think you are now back to your senses, that again now you're going to see things the normal way, not the lunatic's way, right? Cool. Welcome back, brother. Okay, that's what I want to yap about today, about the return of Jimmy Kimmel. Let's meet in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's hit 100 subscribers. God bless.